Hey, Coach. Good afternoon.
How you doing?
Doing well, sir. How are you doing?
Good.
Good. When you end up looking at the numbers, albeit in a limited sample size, the small ball lineup with Marcus and Nick, the 4 and 5, has been incredible offensively. But you're on the sideline. So I was wondering, how do you feel it's looked so far? And what areas of improvement do you see for that lineup?
It's been good for us so far. I think it allows us to switch 1 through 5 on the defensive end, but offensively, it just gives us another guy who can shoot the basketball and put the ball on the floor. With Marcus being out, to start the season, we really haven't had a lot of time to work on it. But that's one of our points of emphasis today is just, working on a small lineup today and tomorrow, and just continue to keep getting better at it. So we had a chance to do it a little bit, but today would be probably the most we've been able to do it so far.
Okay, let's move over to
Hey, Ty. I just want to see if you have an update on Serge and Lue and if you expect them to play in the next game.
I expect Serge to play. Still, Lue's day to day. I think he's going to do a little bit today in practice to see how he feels. But Serge will definitely be back.
Thanks, Ty.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll move over to Miriam.
Hey, good morning, Ty.
Good morning.
Hey, so I have a Kobe question for you. Obviously, you knew him and played with him and knew him pretty well. Looking around the league, and obviously he was such an inspiration to so many players of this generation, but when you look around the league, do you see his influence out there and just how guys play or moves or just how they carry themselves or anything like that?
No.
No. Because he was so singular in his
And just his whole approach, the way he went about the game, how he tried to compete every night, whether he was hurt or not, you had to hold him back from playing and hitting the floor. And just seeing his approach and his, the way he played and will to win. And I just, I haven't seen anything like it, no.
Okay, we'll move over to Cam Buford.
Hey, Ty. A lot of guys are talking about the environment that you kind of constructed, being a player's coach, taking their input on things moving forward this season. And it seemed to really kind of inspire the guys and create a we atmosphere. I just want to ask you, kind of, where did you get that from? Is that a mixture of all the coaches that you played with? Kind of, what's your strategy behind that?
Well, after playing all 30 teams, I think it was a mixture of just, everything I've picked up along the way and just seeing kind of what works, as a player who played 11 years, what I liked and what I took from different coaches. I just think it's the right way to do it. I don't think it's the thing if you're going to do it my way or no way. I think it's something we need to, address and get right. And we're all on the same page, but also make sure that, it's not something to make the players comfortable. If they're doing it to be comfortable, then we're not going to do that. But if it's the right thing, our coaching staff and the players, and we have dialogue about, what we want to do and it's right for the team, then we want to do that. We definitely want to get their input and then just try to go from there. So it's been great, and that's how I like to coach.
Okay, we'll move over to Law Murray.
How you doing? Good morning, Ty.
Good, how are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. This week is a homestand that started Sunday. It ends on Sunday. Then you guys go out on the road. How do you kind of get your team ready to appreciate this time at home in a familiar environment before going out to something that you're not as familiar, especially considering the fact that the team hasn't left the state of California in about a couple weeks?
Well, for us, it's just to take care of business at home. I know we miss our fans. It's not, really home court advantage because our fans are not there cheering for us. But just take advantage of being, like I said, being comfortable at home in our own beds, home cooked meals and things of that sort. And then, when we hit the road, it's going to be a little different. So we want to make sure we take care of home court. When we're home, we're comfortable. We have a steady, routine. And then when we get to the road, we just got to be ready to play.
Okay, we'll take a few more questions. We'll move over to David.
Hey, Coach. Last game, Patrick Patterson came off the bench. He gave you guys some real solid minutes. In the game before, Reggie in place of Pat, also gave you some solid minutes. Both of those guys are vets. They've been in the league for a while. What have you seen, or what can you say about, the two of them staying ready? Maybe not, they haven't played a couple games and they're able to come in and just give you, some really solid production.
Just being professional. I think coming in every single day and getting their work in, condition-wise, shots. I'm always putting in the extra time. Pat's been doing a good job of playing 5-on-5 with the young guys and just keeping this flow. And that's what we need. And, a lot of people on the team, well, I know our coaching staff, we always just tell Pat, just add water, because he's always ready. And whenever you call him, he always seems to come through for you. So that's great to have on your team.
We'll take two more questions and then we'll get you out of here, Ty. We'll move over to Kahari and then we'll end up with Joseph.
What's happening, Coach?
How you doing?
I'm good. I just want to follow up on your previous question. You said, that you became a player's coach. How important was it for you to become a player's coach and evolve? And what kind of motivated you to evolve with the times?
Well, I think I don't necessarily know what players coach means. I just think that being able to relate with people, be able to communicate, I think is the biggest thing. And I guess if you call that a players coach, I guess that's what it is. But I just think, I'm big on communication, making sure we hold guys accountable, but we still want to enjoy the moment. So it's all around. And, I can relate to a lot of these young guys. And, I've played in the league. I've come up from, similar backgrounds. Done a lot of the same things. So, I can relate on and off the court. So I think they respect that a lot. But also the biggest thing for me, like I said, is just the communication part. Be able to communicate with those guys will be able to, communicate with me and, just getting it right.
And the last question will go to Joseph. Okay. I don't think we can allow Joseph. Let me see. Hold on, just 1 second. Sorry about that.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. So for the season, the team is 22nd in the league in terms of defensive rating, but since that Mavs game, they're 16th. What's the area the team needs to improve in the most to get back into the top 10?
I think just keep building on the habits we've been able to do the last 3 games. I think of, preaching, playing the pick and roll 2-on-2, cut down on our overhelps, on the defensive end, and also closing out. I think, we had a lot of short closeouts and teams were still taking the threes, even though we were there to contest, they were still taking them and making them. So the last few games, we've done a better job of getting to our guys, running them off the 3-point line and make them take, contested twos. And that's how we want to play our defense. So the last 3 games is, something to continue to keep building off of and getting better.